Hello. Today I just wanted to talk a little bit about this YouTube channel, as you could probably see in the title. So previously you've been able to see that I've done some videos on philosophy, on different philosophical topics. I want to do something similar, although not exactly the same, by talking about this YouTube channel and how I see it. Well, firstly, I created this YouTube channel in large part because I wanted to create content, and I wanted to have a platform where I could create the content that I wanted. Now that may seem pretty basic and be like, well, everyone who starts a YouTube channel wants to do that. But specifically, I wanted to have a YouTube channel that I can kind of use as a platform for future things. One idea that I used to have, we'll see where it goes, but was to use the channel as a platform where I can maybe start a business. Another was just to be kind of personal YouTube channel where I can share stories. I just had a couple of different ideas, but I wanted to have some sort of YouTube channel where I could share content and be able to produce stuff that I would want to see personally. And that's stuff that I want to make as well. So there's that. The next thing, I think, is just with my experience. I mean, let's be real here. My YouTube channel is basically a nobody channel. At the time of recording last I checked, I have 43 subscribers, which is great, and I'm super grateful for that. But 43 subscribers isn't really a lot to say much. But it's still incredible, and I'm really grateful for all you guys sorry, there's a lot of mosquitoes around me. I'm really grateful for everyone who has subscribed and who has watched all my content. You guys are wonderful. But of course, there have been highs and lows, and throughout a lot of 2023, I didn't really produce content just because life had its own thing, and so I kind of had to deal with that. But I mean, I started in 2022, carried on to 2023, really started back up again in 2023, 2024 with phase 3, and then so with phase 3, that was kind of a revival, and it seems to have kind of brought more people to the channel, which I think is great. Got 3 more subscribers. I got a good amount of views. I got like more than 10 or 20. But yeah, that's just mostly been my experience, and what I kind of have an idea with it is hopefully that this YouTube channel will probably morph into stuff pretty different than how it is today, but I'm okay with that because this is supposed to simply be a platform for me to create content and to create forms of entertainment, to share ideas, stuff related to that. And that's what Wooters Entertainment is. It's an entertainment service what I created so that I can just produce forms of entertainment and similar things. So yeah, there's not really much else to say on that, but I'm really grateful for the experience that I have learned and for the stuff that I have been able to do. I really enjoyed writing those short stories. I think they really helped because I'm working on a larger book. But these short stories have helped me do little practices. They're basically like little practice rounds for writing. And so it basically allows me to write but not have to worry about it needing to be super professional and super well done. I mean, I try to do my best, of course, but that doesn't mean it's going to be top of the notch necessarily. Like it's not something where I need to spend months at a time working on, years at a time working on, like I have been with the book. Which I mentioned before, I think on February 10th, 2023, I mentioned that I was writing a book. Yeah. And I have finished the latest draft just yesterday, in fact. But hopefully I'm able to release that and get it forward and get it published. Ultimately, that'd be the dream. That'd be the dream. But still, I want to create content. I want to share ideas. I want to talk about different ideas. And I want to write stories. My dream would be to be an author. And I'm hoping that this could just be another platform where I can do stuff related to that. And that's what Wooters Entertainment is about. That's what I've been using YouTube for. And honestly, I mean, that's the hard thing I've noticed with a lot of small content creators. I mean, I'm so small, I'm basically miniature. I mean, I think small YouTube channel, I think 1,000 subscribers, but that's way more than I have. But even still, like my miniature YouTube channel size, that basically just leaves me with, I mean, there's mostly the people who know me, family, and then I'm sure a bunch of other random people are subscribed to my channel and know this channel. But other than that, people, let's see, I was talking about small YouTube creators. There's a common complaint that YouTube doesn't care about small content creators, and I get what they're talking about. Again, with only 43 subscribers, I'm really just miniature sized. I'm not even a baby size channel. I'm almost nothing. But what I have learned is that YouTube can be generous. I think YouTube has been pretty fine with my content. Then again, I haven't posted anything controversial, or which would both be probably a huge driver of people coming to watch my stuff, and it would also be more risky with YouTube liking to promote my stuff in the algorithm. But either way, I haven't really done all too much risky, but what I have found is consistency and at least decent quality. YouTube will promote it just as well as it probably deserves. I mean, I think I've got with such a small YouTube channel as I have, YouTube still, I see, recommends a video in their algorithm a couple hundred times, which I think is great. And it'd be unreasonable to expect YouTube to necessarily do that much more than that, being as small as I am. But I have found that it will recommend my stuff more if I'm more frequent in my uploads. Like over the past week with Wooters Thoughts, with philosophy and stuff like that, my views have gone way up overall. My engagement has gone way up. My subscribers have gone way up. Again, way up is relative here, but posting almost every day with mostly decent, again, those videos were just me talking to this camera and then just publishing that with an okay thumbnail. But it's decent quality content and regular uploading. That's the way that you actually produce. That's actually how you'll get YouTube to at least like you. But of course, that's just my experience. I know that doesn't really mean much, as I've only done this for a not even 2 years, and I only have 43 subscribers and not that many views for most videos. I mean, I think the most is like a little over 100. I may be wrong on that, but most of those are just people watching the same thing over and over. It's not different people. It's like a few people just watching the same video over and over again. So it's not really saying much. So I don't know. That's my experience, and I don't know. Maybe well should I go philosophical on this? I don't know. What could I say on it? I think YouTube is a good platform for how it is right now. I mean, there's a bunch of other platforms I could go on to, alternate things, but they're small and they're often more controversial. YouTube is just the standard, and it's hard to beat it, you know? And it's just so huge. And it's also like YouTube hasn't treated me terribly. It's treated me decently, and so I don't have much to complain, because I know that even though my YouTube channel is small, the size that I'm at is mostly deserved with the content that I have been producing. I mean, I produce stories, short stories, occasional music stuff, and that's mostly it. That's most of my content. And now some philosophy stuff. So it's pretty random. And then often at sporadic days. Like I initially, if you'll remember, if you go back to my very first video where I kind of announced the channel, I think it was every other Wednesday, and I thought that was a decent plan, a decent schedule I could have. Yeah, that couldn't last very long. I'd mess up one video, and then I would take longer than others, and then it would delay everything else, and then yeah, one mistake can easily throw you out of schedule. And so it basically just came down to just try your very best to try to get as much done as you can. I mean, this is still very much a hobby of mine, and so it's not super strict. I'm not earning money from this. I can't. It's so small. YouTube wouldn't want to pay me at all. I mean, what ad money could I get from me? From like the 3 viewers that I get per video? Yeah, there's nothing to go with that. Plus, also YouTube won't pay you anything if you don't even have 1,000 subscribers and a number of hours watched. So I'm way too small, which makes perfect business sense on YouTube side. I mean, I also have learned a lot with editing and how to edit videos. I started out with Clipchamp as an editor software, but then a couple months ago I moved over to CapCut because Clipchamp was acting very weird, and it seemed like it wasn't a me thing. I use the old laptop, my old laptop that I got in 6th grade. I'm not even joking. I got it in 6th grade, and I've been using that ever since. It's old. It's probably, I mean, I'm probably going to be throwing it out pretty soon. And so I've been using that. And at first, for a while, seeing how hard it was getting to edit with Clipchamp, I was thinking, oh, this is just my computer. It's old. It's over 6 years old. It's expected. But then I researched and I saw there were other people also noticing that Clipchamp was acting weird. It's like, okay, maybe this isn't a me thing, even though I'm sure it's not gotten better. It's worsened by the quality of my computer. It's probably Clipchamp. And so I moved over to CapCut, and it was so nice. And you'll notice you may notice some things, some change. I don't know. Even looking back on like my very first video, the quality was so much lower than I'm at least able to do. I mean, whenever the first stories that I had, I literally just had still images imprinted on the screen. The hard thing with those still images, I just basically do free images in order to get those done. But those free images, you download enough of them and they start taking up a lot of space. And on my very old computer, taking up that much space really runs through things a lot. I was able to get through it basically every single time that I would add an image. I'd then delete it because I couldn't keep it for very long. Otherwise, my computer would crash. Let's see what else. So yeah, and then once I moved to video for background, free videos instead of just still images. I think that was starting with like Ice 2. I may be wrong on that, but I started doing videos, and I think that was up in quality. For Oliver Carnegie 2. That one I struggled. I mentioned this in the review, but I struggled with being able to produce. I mean, I wanted to get as much done as I could for phase 3, but of course that can become difficult. That started becoming difficult, and so you'll notice the background videos are literally the exact same per video. And that's because I told myself I was gonna get this done. I just get this done. I know that it's a lot. Just get it done. It doesn't matter that you're literally copying and pasting the background videos. And plus also those videos, they also take a lot of space as well. So yeah. And then with Ice 3, I just gave up on like background scenes and things like that. And I was like, you know what, let's just have repeating animated almost slideshow sort of thing that you got from Canva, and just use that as the background for Ice 3, which was nice. That was probably a lot smarter way of getting it done. I mean, it's a lot more repetitive and there's a lot less to see, but it has cool animations. So there's that. And that was a lot easier to produce. I produced most of those videos. I mentioned this in the review for Ice 3, but I produced most of those videos in just one day after each other. I just produced a lot of them in very short amounts of time. So, but yeah. Actually, I want to watch like my first video. I'm sure you could probably even hear like the difference in my voice, because I was on summer break. I was on summer break going into my senior year of high school when I started the channel. So I think so. Either that or I just started the year. No. It was still summer break. But then yeah, you could probably I probably sound a little bit different. I don't know. I haven't seen that video in a good bit. I remember some things, of course, because I was super trying to be super formal and very specific with my wording. I wanted to make sure that the channel would be absolutely perfect. I didn't want to show my face. I didn't want to do a lot of things. So I made it. I remember stressing a lot, trying to make sure that it was just perfect. With the knowledge that I had, which I had absolutely almost zero editing knowledge. I did not know how YouTube worked at all. I knew nothing about content creation. It was just ideas. That's all that I had behind me was ideas. I even created a website, which I should probably stop paying for since I haven't updated it in over a year. I started it at the same time I started the channel, and it was just supposed to be a website for the channel where, and I think I was way overestimating. I don't know, maybe I was a little naive. Again, I didn't really understand how things worked, but I created the channel. I was like, okay, there are going to be people who are going to be watching this. I should have a website also so that people can use it to get updates from. So I created a website and where I could update it like a blog, but I haven't updated it in over a year, and I should stop paying for it. I had a number of other ideas as well for my for content, and I just wasn't able to get to. Maybe I'll be able to get to it later. Like there was a song I wanted to create. That song, the carol, that came almost out of nothing. Like I just had the idea like a couple weeks earlier. And I was like, you know what? I really want to do this. You know that type of idea where it strikes you and you just are dedicated to it. Like you can't give it up. That's what that was. And looking back, it's not the best quality of singing. But then again, the way that I wrote it, I mean, I was in choir throughout high school and throughout middle school. So I can sing. The problem with it though, was the key that I wrote it in is not great for my voice, for the scale that I can sing in well. So you'll hear it. It's not the greatest singing voice in the world. I tried to, but it wasn't the greatest. It's not the greatest thing in the world. It's okay, and it's not terrible. It's not. I wouldn't say it's terrible, but it's definitely not like I'm a professional singer. I can sing, and I can sing decent, but not to brag, but you'll see in that video, I'm not the type of person where I can sing my heart out and it sounds like I'm a top musician or whatever. You'll also notice that a lot of the music that I've produced includes piano and cello a lot. There's a reason for that. It's because I have a lot more experience in those two instruments. I use a website in order to produce the music, so they're not live performed, they're computer generated sound, I guess generated. I'm not sure the best term for it, but the reason for why it's piano and cello is because I took piano lessons as a kid, so I know how piano works, and I took cello lessons throughout late elementary, all throughout middle school, and at the beginning of my high school. So I also know how cello works, and I know it decently well. I would say I'm a lot more experienced in cello than I am piano. So you'll see that in some of the music, including like the second video that I produced, which I think is actually one of my best videos, even though it's not the greatest quality. I literally use Google Slides. I hadn't realized how Canva yet, which would make things a lot easier. Well, what I did was I had slides, and I would like record my screen, and what you're watching whenever you see that is literally the screen, like it's a screen recording of me going through Google Slides, because I created a slides for the video, and I was listening in the background for the songs. That way I can know, okay, this is how long this is supposed to last, this is how long this is supposed to last, and things like that. Anyways, I'm now rambling, and this video is very informal. Goodness, mosquitoes. This video is very informal. As you can tell, I'm not speaking with much direction. I'm mostly rambling. I'm just talking about my experience with this YouTube channel, and you'll probably notice that this is the last video. This is the last video for phase 3. This is the last video you'll see for a while, and it will be a while, but I fully intend to get back into it once I'm able to, but I know I'm not going to be able to for a bit of a time. But this video is just supposed to be my experience with it so far, and we'll see where things go afterwards. So I'm sure so this video is kind of like, what happened to this YouTube channel? In case anyone like comes by it, like, what happened to this YouTube channel? He posted all these videos and then he just disappeared. There's a reason, but don't worry, it's not I didn't give up on the channel, not fully at least. No, I didn't give up on the channel. It's just that I know that I'm not going to be able to work on it for quite some time, but I fully intend to be able to return to it. If I don't, oh well. Well, I can't predict what's going to be happening over a while. I mean, I'm not going to know how I'm going to be. I'm going to be able to. I'm going to be as a person. I fully plan to, but that doesn't mean it's going to happen. We'll see. We'll see how things go. Yeah, I think that's just about it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the content. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you view everything. I know all the people who have been watching my content, a lot of them I know. And you support me, and I appreciate that. This little hobby that I have. I've been watching YouTube for quite, I keep using the phrase, quite some time. But it's true. I mean, I watched YouTube for a while, but I don't want to be like that type of YouTuber, you know, like the cringe YouTuber is like, oh, he's trying to be a YouTuber. I'm not trying to be that. I'm not trying to be a YouTuber. I'm trying to be someone who produces stuff and it happens to be on YouTube, you know. I just want to, I want to a platform where I can, because YouTube is basically the marketplace of people in the world today. If we were living in ancient times, I would just be spending my entire time in whatever city center just talking with people. That's where I would be. But that doesn't exist nowadays. Instead, that's on technology, that's on YouTube. So that's another thing. I don't want to be a YouTuber. I want to be someone who shares things that happen to be through YouTube. I don't know, maybe useless distinction, but anyways, that's about it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed my stuff. Await more stuff. Await phase 4, and that's gonna be will be a long way. But don't forget me. Don't forget you. I'll try not to forget this channel, but don't forget me. And I don't know. Maybe this could turn into a thing. Maybe this can. Maybe I'll come back and this could become a thing. Maybe more people will be able to join the channel, join the 43-person community that we got here. So anyways, thank you guys for watching this. This is a longer video. I did not intend. I almost thought this was going to be like a few minutes. I can talk if I can. I can talk if I can. And maybe that's another reason why I wanted to post this stuff, is because I can just talk. And there's that. And if you want to hear it, then you get to hear it. If not, you can pause me, you can skip me, you can not listen to me at all, and I wouldn't know. I'm literally just talking to a camera right now. Of course, talking with you. So, all right, I should close up. This is a long video. Thank you so much for watching, and hold on just a second. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later. See you.